the average of West Ham's running this season, 107 kilometres per game. Their previous highest was 113. That have got up to 118, 119 tonight. That is a huge difference. Does that tell us just how much this team is working for this manager?
Not yet. It's one game. Why have they not been running that far in the previous games? Now,
Well, because all the players would have known that all the talk was 2 games to save his job.
I don't think people have put more in because there's talk about the manager losing his job. You know, if they're enthralled with the manager, that, you know, they think he's such a great coach and such a great man. They've been doing that from day one. Now, we've got yet to be seen, is this a one-off in terms of West Ham this season? Because we done analysis before the game, and I said before this game kicked off, it probably couldn't have gone any much worse since the start, since the manager came in. And not just because where they find themselves in the table, it's how they've lost games. And whenever they've gone one behind or they found it tough in a game, they've just rolled over. You know, I saw that at Anfield. They actually took the lead at Anfield. I saw it in the Tottenham game. It's happened too often this season. Now, this is a great result. It really is. Now, the next game's a tough game. You know, they could lose that game. You'd probably expect them to lose that game who they're coming up against in terms of Arsenal. But this has got to be the blueprint for them in terms of going forward, in terms of the running stats, in terms of clean sheets. Now, even including David Moyes' time at the end of last season and the start of this season, looking at the calendar year 2024, no one has conceded more goals than West Ham. So to get 2 clean sheets on the bounce, these are sort of small steps going forward. Because let's not forget, this is a West Ham team and the supporters who, for the last 4 or 5 years, have been where Jared Bowen said they should be in terms of challenging for you. So they expect that. They just wanted a slightly different style with it. Jared Bowen's sort of telling us that, it's slightly different, still early days under the manager. But in terms of the criticism he gave them beforehand, I wouldn't get too carried away with running stats in one game if they're being so low in the others.
It's a big pitch, isn't it? That
You might recognise...
slope as well.
You might recognise this question. Could you put a positive spin on these fixtures?
Look, it's a period of time where you get...
You can now, surely.
You get a lot of interesting results in December. Arsenal, obviously, off that confidence they're going to have now going to that. But Leicester, of course, with the uncertainty of the new manager or if they're going to have one at that moment in time. Wolves have now currently picked up a lot of form. It's some tricky fixtures for them. But look, if they want to be in Europe, like Jared Bowen's saying, these are fixtures that they're going to have to get results, particularly after the Arsenal game. That's where it really matters.
Sorry, Theo. No. I think the Arsenal one's important not to lose. Because it's almost nice then to build this sort of unbeaten run. And then you're going into games, not that you're guaranteed to win, but games that, you think you can win, you might draw one of them. If you could get to a stage where you're 5 or 6 games unbeaten, then that confidence starts to go, that belief in the manager and what you're doing.